This episode of the Rob's Podcast with Maddie West is brought to you by State Farm agent Mary Rokicki. If you're looking for auto insurance, renter's insurance, homeowner's insurance, or life insurance, you should definitely talk to my State Farm agent Mary Rokicki. Or if you have any of those policies with somebody else and you think you might be able to get a better deal, talk to the best. Talk to Mary. For the past 11 years, I've been trusting State Farm agent Mary Rokicki with my personal insurance needs, and my favorite thing about it has been that she treats her clients like family. Mary has always been in my corner looking out for me, making sure I'm getting the best rates possible, and I know I can trust Mary just like a good neighbor. In fact, now is a great time to talk to Mary because starting in July, State Farm just had another auto rate decrease. State Farm is the #1 auto insurer. Getting a quote from Mary is always free and takes about 10 minutes. Find out how much those 10 minutes can save you and your family. Call Mary at 812-473-2863. I'm so glad I did. That's my trusted State Farm agent, Mary Rokicki, 812-473-2863. Today's show also brought to you by All About You DJ. Let All About You DJ host your next wedding, party, or event.
Doing that?
Yep, Maddie's doing that. They specialize in wedding receptions as well as any other private parties, including birthdays, engagement parties, school dances, or any other special event you may need a DJ for. We work with you to ensure that your entertainment is perfect for your event. At All About You DJ, your event is not only important to you, but it is also important to us. We want to make sure it's very memorable for all those involved. We provide everything you need to make sure your wedding is the event of your dreams, from dazzling photo booths to ensure your event is one your guests will never forget, to gorgeous uplighting to make sure that your wedding photos really pop. All About You DJ offers several different packages to fit your needs. You can even ask for me, the Rob, to host your party. Check out our 5-star reviews on Google and Facebook.com/AllAboutYouDJ. Give us a call at 812-402-0610 or check us out online at allaboutyoudj.com. And of course, if you would like to advertise on the Rob's Podcast with Maddie West, please email the Rob's Podcast at gmail.com. Look at those lips, Maddie West.
Ooh, I know you get to see him in person now.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. It feels good to be back in the studio.
Yeah, I'm happy we don't have to have you on a Zoom call
Skype.
or whatever. Yeah.
No more social distancing for us.
Well, it's funny you mention that because it seems like even in the past 2 weeks,
Yeah.
America has been not doing well.
No, we're not
with
doing
social
well.
distancing.
Yeah. No, we're
So
not.
I saw that Mayor Lloyd Winnicke this week wants us to wear our masks.
Yes. New mask mandate in effect starting Wednesday. So, yeah.
Which I've been doing. I'm
Yeah.
happy to. I just wish everyone would.
I know.
But that's not happening.
Right. And then you always have the Karens on Facebook that's like, no one will tell me what to do.
There are so many people like that. It's not even funny.
I know. I'm like, just do it. Who cares?
Exactly.
Who cares?
It's
not that big of an inconvenience, people.
It really isn't.
I mean, like, if I walk into a store and someone's like, you need to put a mask on, I'd be like, all right. Like, I don't understand why is that hard? Like, you know what I mean?
Because everything's political nowadays.
Right.
And it's the world we live in.
I know.
And it's infuriating.
It's a little bit sad.
But I mean,
We're hopping right into it.
Yeah, we are.
We're coming for the Karens today.
Like I had my family in this past week.
I love how you say family. Family.
It's always my A's. People around here, they get on me about
family.
You remember it was Taylor Swift?
Yeah,
which
Taylor.
is the A in that one.
Taylor.
I had an intern back in the radio days who used to make fun of the way I said bathroom.
Yeah, bathroom.
It does not sound funny to me at all.
It's like it's definitely like from where you are from. It's got a little bit of that twang to it.
Listen, I'm from Philly. I ain't no fugazi up in here.
You taught me what that means. You had to like decipher all of it.
Well, you didn't, because Cardi B uses that in that Girls Like You song.
Yeah.
And you didn't know what it meant.
I had no idea.
And I'm like, oh, dude, I'm from Philly. Like, yes, I know what fugazi is. A phony. It's a fake.
Yeah.
And so it's something I know nothing about.
Now I say it all the time.
So they were in town. There were a few places we would go. Like I got new shoes.
Yeah.
Or like we went to Lowe's because we did a whole lot of home improvement stuff.
Right.
And it's like the mask percentage is embarrassing.
That's why I'm saying whenever I was in Phoenix, which is like, at least whenever I was there, was like the worst place that you could possibly go, corona-wise.
I saw a stat about Arizona.
Yeah.
There are 3 states. One of them is Arizona.
Yeah.
Where Arizona, if it were its own country, it would be one of the top 3 worst countries for corona right now.
Yeah, and I
just the state of Arizona.
I was up in there.
There's no country besides the U.S. that's worse than Arizona right now.
Really? Oh my gosh.
As a whole country.
Yeah, so I was up in there, and I mean, obviously it's too little too late, Arizona-ians, but Arizonians. But everyone wore a mask. Everyone social distanced. Like everywhere
they weren't.
went. No, they were. That's what I'm saying. Compared to Evansville, and then I went to Arizona. I was like, how is Arizona so bad? Because in Evansville, like no one wears a mask. It's literally like 50-50 around here.
That's about 50-50. And then when I went to the shoe store, I would say it was like 75% weren't.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And in Arizona, everyone was. Everyone was. No one would get near you. Like whenever you're walking around town, walking in the mall, out to eat at restaurants, like people would like wait way over here if you had to like go to the bathroom. It was like a whole thing. That
Dr. Fauci guy, I heard him say that if everyone in America wore a mask, Corona would be gone within 4 to 6 weeks.
No way.
But we can't do it. We can't be trusted.
The Karens can't.
They can't.
Hashtag the Karens can't.
You know, you're saying it's the Karens. I'm saying it's the boomers.
Either way.
Yeah,
sometimes I'll see super duper old people at the supermarket and they're not wearing a mask and I'm like, you're a goner.
Yeah.
You're done.
And it's like, I don't
even care.
I don't want to say I want to wish it on people. But there's some times where I see people post on Facebook, I'm like,
have you not seen the statistics?
If you got it, I wouldn't be sad about it.
Well, especially if you're one of those people that's like, I'm not wearing a mask, and then you get Corona, and then you're like, well, honey, this is what, like I tell my son, when you touch the hot stove after I told you not to touch the hot stove, you're going to get burned.
Like, doesn't it bother you that the president will tell us we all need to wear masks?
The president bothers me.
But won't put on a mask himself.
Right.
Like that just infuriates me.
It would mess up his bronzer.
But he's of that age. He's of that boomer age.
Right.
That is becoming the problem in our society.
This is me crossing my fingers under the table.
So, how was your week?
It was good. I mean, nothing too exciting other than the fact that we're like a month away from the wedding now.
Oh, you're getting close.
Less than, yeah.
Well, I spent my whole vacation not vacationing.
I know. You told me that. I would like text you and you would text back like 6 hours later.
It was nonstop.
It was like I was in high school again.
Ghosted. I didn't mean to ghost you. I'm sorry. We did so many things around our house because like when Chip, my stepfather, comes in, he likes to stay busy. It's so crazy.
I know. I'm telling you, I need flooring and he needs to
come back,
head back down this way.
Send him a wedding invite.
Yeah. Okay.
So we had a dead tree in our yard, a big old pine tree.
And he was like, "That's such a dad thing."
Just came in and chopped it down.
Just like, I need to get that tree down.
And then just later that day, it's huge piles of firewood in our front yard. It's crazy.
Yeah.
We stained our fence.
Oh, I still have to do that because I just got a new fence and I'm like dreading it.
Dude, want a pro tip?
Yeah.
Paint sprayer.
See, I wanted a paint sprayer to do just that, and then everyone was telling me it's not worth it. It's not even, and it doesn't like apply evenly.
We borrowed one.
Yeah.
And
well, it's a friend of mine said I got one. Borrow it instead of like renting it.
Borrow it.
Do it.
Do
okay.
it. Yes, we were painting, and then Brittany's mom's like, "I have a paint spray if you guys want to borrow it."
And you're like, "Mary, what?"
No, we were like, "I'm not sure we need it. You know, we're just going." It was so much faster and better. So that's my advice.
Yeah. Right now, mine's just like the normal looking wood, but I would like to stain it a little darker.
Our hot tub's been out of commission for like 2 years.
Oh, no way. I didn't know that.
Because Brittany got pregnant.
I was going to say, yeah, you can't use it when you're pregnant.
And then had a baby.
Yeah.
Which was very inconvenient.
You can't put a baby in the hot tub.
So exactly. So we got one of those.
I don't think so, at least.
We clean that up. And
yeah.
Well, I mean, we can keep it at a low temp.
Right.
And go in with them.
Get in there.
Yeah.
Like a little spa.
Yeah, exactly.
I know. When Woodson gets in my bath, he's like, hot.
We have a thing for like babies, like for the tub. You put it in, tells you if it's okay, too warm, too cold.
Yeah.
And we just put that in the hot tub and
kind of like the little warm swimming pool for him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
So we got that ready to go. But at no point did I ever relax.
Right.
So
that sucks.
Yeah.
That's not a good vacation.
Although the one thing I did relax doing is and I know you saw this too. Do we have to talk about Unsolved Mysteries?
We have to talk. We have to discuss it.
Do you want to start there?
And I've been pushing on my social media for like the last 2 weeks. I've been telling everyone, if you haven't watched it, we're going to be talking about it next podcast for sure. And if you want to be in the loop, you got to watch it. So I'm hoping by the time people are listening to this, they took my advice and they already watched it, so they know what we're talking about.
Okay, so episode 1 is straight fire.
Killer.
Episode 1 is so
Killer.
good. So I know you don't have the memories of Unsolved Mysteries that I do.
Right. I watched reruns later on, but it wasn't like the prime time whenever I was around.
Yeah. So I was actually a smidge young for it, like back when it first got started. But even still, I've gone back. They're on Amazon Prime.
Oh, really?
And they're on Roku.
I didn't know that.
So you can watch the old ones, and they're still good. Plus, so you know how like you watch an episode and it kind of bothers you that you don't know who did it or like what happened to these people.
Right.
They've gone back and updated them.
Oh, really?
With updates. So you'll watch
The
the
old
story.
ones they have? Mm-hmm. No way.
So the updates about what's happened to the
okay.
people the subjects of these.
Yeah, or maybe they've been solved since then, hopefully. Maybe some of them.
Plus
sure.
you get 4 stories in an hour instead of just 1.
Okay.
Which I'm not complaining about because when they give us an hour with like 1 story.
It's packing the heat.
So this first one, that Ray Rivera. Dude, that one is
my God.
so good.
I am literally, when I saw that on Unsolved Mysteries as episode number 1, I got so excited because the crime podcast, I listen to Crime Junkie, and it's like a crime podcast, true crime. They covered it like a week or 2 before Unsolved Mysteries came out. They covered it on one of their episodes. Listened to it and I was like, oh my God, what happened to that guy? And it bothered me.
Does that have any more details that Unsolved Mystery doesn't have? Or did Unsolved Mysteries cover it pretty well?
I think that there was one thing, and I can't, if you gave me a second, I can remember it. There's one thing they said in the podcast that happened that they didn't say in the show. Oh, yeah, it was like whenever he took that call and then he left.
Yeah.
And then he was dead after that. They said that he said like OF, like the F word. But in the show, they never said that he said that. They just said he like just left in a hurry. But in the podcast, they said it multiple times that he was like OF.
So I asked
not that it matters.
I asked my social media what people think happens.
Yeah.
And I got a whole smattering of people's different ideas.
Okay.
And then I have a few that my friend Justin, he thinks it was a suicide, which I think is crazy,
okay.
but possible.
Interesting.
His big thing is he's like, the only way you could get to that hole is by a running jump.
Is to jump.
And he's not wrong.
Right.
My buddy Jerry Valeri,
My husband.
your future husband, 2025
Yeah,
husband.
2025 husband.
He believes legitimately the guy was placed there on day 6 and found on day 7.
Then how did the hole get in the roof, Jerry?
That's what I don't know. The hole could have been there.
Listen, I'm glad we're discussing this before I agreed to marry him because I have a big problem with that theory.
That one seems thin to me personally.
Yeah.
So do you have a theory? Because I kind of do.
I do as well. I agree with Justin that I think it was a suicide.
Do you really?
Yeah.
You're the second person, only the second person I've heard say that. I disagree.
I think it was a suicide, but I'll tell you what I think happened leading up to that. So I think that, he started working for his friend. There's probably someone listening that's like, what are they even talking about? You've got to watch.
We'll try not to spend too much time on this, but you have to watch the first episode.
Even if it's just only the first episode. To me, that was the best one. Like I said, my crime show covered it, and I was obsessed with it for weeks. And then when I saw it there, I was just like, this is awesome. So I think he started working for his friend.
Porter.
Yeah, I think he got into some shady stuff there. Maybe found some stuff he wasn't supposed to find. Maybe was involved in something that was dangerous, obviously. I think how they were like, oh, how did he even know how to get to the top of that hotel? How to, whatever. I think that they had been maybe having like some secret meetings there.
Okay.
About business related stuff, but not necessarily in their business, which was just like right next door. So I think that they had been maybe on the roof, maybe having some little private meetings in there. And I think something got found out. He stuck his nose where he didn't belong. Somebody was after him. I don't know. And I think they called him there kind of like as an emergency meeting and either threatened him or were chasing after him or whatever. And that he jumped as like a last result, like
last resort.
Yeah.
If I had to pick what I think happened.
Okay. So technically a suicide, but like a forced suicide. You know what I'm saying? Like they were either going to kill him or he was going to
Here's a hole in your theory.
Okay.
He wasn't anywhere on the hotel lobby security footage.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Which makes it tough, but...
How'd he get up there?
Here's my theory.
Oh, it's driving me crazy.
He may have been killed off-site somewhere.
Yeah, because weren't his legs like obliterated?
That's the thing. So one of the autopsies said that his legs were broken in a way that was not consistent with the fall.
Right.
So I think he was maybe killed off site and then he was broken to fit into a bag and smuggled into the hotel.
Okay, that's a good theory.
And then more than one person took him to the roof as a corpse, threw him off the roof.
Or threw him out of one of those windows or something.
That's what made that's the only thing that I can put together from.
That makes sense. So what do we know about the hotel security footage though? Is there a lag? Is it like only every 5 seconds or is it like a continuous feed? I wasn't really clear about that.
My understanding from the show was that they looked at the security footage from that
feed.
day. Yeah, and he just he wasn't on it.
Ugh, I don't like that.
I know.
Gotta get up there.
Real quick. Episode 2, Patrice's hair salon.
Oh gosh, yes.
Who killed her?
I think it was just like one of those serial killers that they had mentioned.
I do too.
I think
specifically number 2, the one who confessed to it.
Yeah, and then like how they saw the car parked out in front and her car was pulled like almost to jump another vehicle or like give him a jump or whatever.
I don't think it was the husband.
I don't either, but it's hysterical that people are calling him the male Carol Baskin.
The Carol Baskin, right. I saw that. And then
funny.
Let me ask you about one more real quick.
Okay.
Was it the third? I don't remember what number it was. No, not the third one. It was the fourth or fifth one, I think. UFOs.
Where he killed his whole family?
No, UFOs.
Oh, UFO. See, I was least excited about the UFO one because I saw it titled UFO and was like, ugh, because it's all like conspiracy theories and I'm not really about that. But what was your question about it? Did I like it or not? Or like,
okay,
do I think it's real?
What's your take?
I just think it was some kind of military something that was going on that a lot of people witnessed at the same time.
So something human, just something
Yeah,
earthly?
I think it was something military related. And then with how secretive and everything like the military is, I think they just kind of were just like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? To kind of cover up whatever they were. I mean, our military could have UFOs for all we know.
I saw an article that says, let's see, 56% of people think the government would hide evidence of UFOs from the public.
I think so.
I think they would too.
Yeah, they don't want us to freak out. We can't even wear masks. What would we do with the information that there's aliens?
We couldn't handle a bat taking a dump on a chicken in China.
Yeah.
How are we going to handle aliens
That's what I'm saying. They're like, don't tell the Americans. Actually, I'm more convinced everyone else in the entire world knows but us because they're like, don't tell the Americans. They're idiots.
Well, we're still not allowed to know what's in Area 51.
Yeah, I know.
And that's freaking me out.
I was really hoping that raid would happen. I was ready for that news coverage.
I know.
I was a bit disappointed that the idiots didn't just
We're never going to get more corralled than that specific raid.
Oh my gosh, it was hysterical.
22% of people say they would share the news if they saw a UFO. So let's say you lived in that city. It was 1969. You swear to God you saw a UFO.
I swear I've seen something that was like a UFO once in my life, but I feel silly calling it a UFO because I don't necessarily believe in it. You know what I'm saying?
So you didn't tell the news or anything?
No. They said they would tell the news?
Well, they said they would share the news.
Okay.
Like I would tell, if I saw UFO, I'm telling Brittany and I'm telling my friends.
Yeah. I definitely told my friends when I was with 2 of my friends when it happened. We all saw it. But it could have just been like an aircraft. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just almost like a shooting star. I would compare it to, only way closer and bigger.
The fact that all these people are reporting the same thing, it really makes me question.
I know. So. But I genuinely think that it was some kind of military aircraft. I mean, we don't know what they got. We don't know what's in Area 51.
We don't know what planet.
There could be real aliens there.
There absolutely could be. Who knows?
I can't wait to teach you cuss words.
So that's it. One of the nice things about having a podcast is there's no one going to yell at us for going off the rails about Unsolved Mysteries for 10 minutes. But
go watch it, seriously.
It's so good.
It's a killer reboot.
It's on Netflix, and there are more episodes coming.
Are there?
Yeah, I believe season 1 was a 12-episode run. We've only gotten the first half so far. And I saw...
That's exciting. So that means they're there and they're gonna dump them on us?
Correct.
Yes, I love when that
happens.
happens.
I believe that dump will contain updates to episodes that we've already seen.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. I believe so.
That's really exciting.
Which would be consistent with the old show. The old show would oftentimes update you on old cases.
Okay,
so
that's rad. I like that.
So you mentioned earlier, you're now, what are we, a month? Not even a month.
Not even
We're
a month away from the wedding.
What, 3-4 weeks away?
Yeah, seriously.
Dude, you're about to get married.
I know. I'm a head out.
It was the morning of April 8th, 2020.
I've heard a similar story to this somewhere.
This episode's called The Runaway Bride. So tell me, how you feeling?
Yeah, I feel good. I've kind of went and made my rounds the last couple weeks with all my vendors again and just kind of like tied up all the loose ends and everything. And I mean, everything, the show's going on. No one's backed out yet. I was a little bit nervous when this mask mandate came out.
I mean, there's a real possibility. I would not put your wedding at 100% happening.
No, definitely. I've never gotten comfortable with the idea of 100% happening. Especially, and people are like, "Are you excited?" I was like, "I've been excited once," and I saw how that worked out. But I mean, all my vendors, my venue, everyone's like, "We're on."
Yeah.
And when the mask mandate came out, I was a little bit concerned. Not that I wouldn't comply, but I was just like, "Are people going to have to wear masks at my wedding?" Like, I'm genuine. I still don't know 100% the answer. I think, to my knowledge, Not necessarily. I mean, I get it and I'll comply. You know what I mean? I'm not going to walk down the aisle with a mask on. So if everyone wants to stay 6 feet away from the aisle, I totally get that. But I'm
going to start when I DJ.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a mask now.
Yeah, that's probably smart.
And I'm also, I'm going to have people, there'll be like because we have TVs when we bring our setup out with All About You DJ.
Yeah.
There's going to be a text your request to, and then a phone number.
Oh, cool.
So that people aren't coming up and hounding me.
And talking right in your face.
Yeah.
Right. Got it.
And we'll also have a piece of paper that you can write down your requests on, but to kind of keep people away.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Not an antisocial kind of way, just a social distancing kind of way. Like, hey, let's not spread this thing.
Yeah.
So, and like, yeah. So
Mine's definitely an antisocial kind of way. Stay 6 feet.
Okay, so let's say, what are you going to do about this? That's my question. What are you going to...
The mask mandate?
Yeah.
I'm going to let it, if it's my call, which to my understanding, and I've spoken with my venue, I think it's kind of up to us. I don't think that they enforce it, or I think that they can enforce it, but I don't think they're necessarily going to. Well, I don't know. That might sound bad to say out loud. But I think it's kind of up to you. So I'm going to have masks there. I'm going to have like a thermometer there, which they already have sitting at like the front of the venue anyway. Take one if you want.
I've been to the venue. They do have...
Yeah, someone will
They had masks, and I believe there was
a temperature checker person. Yeah.
Thermometer.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's going to be somebody that's doing it, I think, or maybe not. Maybe not.
I think they just had, you can do it yourself. But if I'm not mistaken. But
let's all touch the same thing. That seems like not a good idea either. What? There's like no winning in this thing. Seriously. Sometimes I'm just like, why am I even trying? I feel like I can't get ahead. But so I'm not going to enforce it. Totally understand if people want to do that, though. It's not something I plan on doing as the bride. Especially not pictures, not during the ceremony.
Sure, yeah.
You know, but at the reception when everyone's like dancing all upon each other. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Or maybe I'll just be like, I'm really running with this as not having to talk to anyone. Because everyone says like on your wedding day, they're like, oh my gosh, like the night just goes by so fast because you're making your rounds. And I'm like, oh no, COVID, sorry.
What's your...
Can't talk to you.
What's your approximate guest list?
Like 150.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So there's
maybe
a lot of people,
it's like 200 max.
It's a lot of people to talk to.
Yeah. Yeah, so even after the ceremony, they're just kind of shuffling us aside. You know what I mean?
A lot of out-of-towners?
Not too many. No, surprisingly not. I have family coming in from Arizona, maybe.
Of course there is.
Maybe. We'll see. But yeah, so I've just kind of been making my rounds, tying up all loose ends, talked to my caterer, talked to my venue, talked to my photographer, and everybody's like, let's do it. And so yeah, now we're only 3 weeks away, which is nuts. And I have my bachelorette party coming up in 2 weeks, which is crazy.
Well, before we get to the bachelorette party, I saw that there are some brides, they're getting matching masks to match their wedding dress.
Oh, really?
Is that something you would think about doing?
Well, I mean, I got matching Converse to match my wedding dress, so I don't see why
You wearing
not.
Converse?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I know you
like,
love Converse.
They're all like laced, like lacy, and
that's awesome.
They were custom
get
made.
a matching mask.
Yeah,
even just for like a goof.
Right. I definitely think that we're gonna like incorporate it somewhere in there, just for like the humor of it, to look back and say like, you know, who else got married in the middle of a freaking pandemic?
And I was just thinking that like that'd be kind of a cool wedding favor.
Right.
Like a party favor is like give everyone a Maddie and Kent COVID mask.
Right.
Like that's your gift kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, right now my gift is koozies that say my original date. and my new date. You guys get 2 for 1. Because I have 200 koozies that say April 18th.
It's like they make Super Bowl shirts for both teams.
Yeah,
and then like the losing team gets sent to like a third world country.
Right, so I'm gonna like send all my koozies to like China or something.
There'll be like a bunch of kids in like Afghanistan like holding Kent and Maddie 4/18/20 koozies.
Exactly. I also had a huge sign made for people to sign. You know, like kind of like a guest book only. You know, you like display it in your house eventually, I guess. And it, you know, it said like our would have been last name and then the date. And so I emailed the guy back and I'm like, can you change the date? Because it's like metal. So it's like a wooden sign, but like the metal comes off. It's really cool. I ordered it on Etsy. And he was like, no, but I can send you a new one. I'm like, well, what the hell do I do with this one now? It's like a giant, like 3-foot sign that just says April 18, 2020 is when this family was established.
Like a bunch of kids like with that in their house in Afghanistan, and also like Super Bowl, the last like New England Patriots.
I'm like furnishing their entire homes at this point. Anything else? Even like my what's the thing that you wear right here?
A garter?
That's going with them too.
What, the garter's labeled?
Yeah, it says our date on it.
It does?
Yeah.
I never even seen that before.
Yeah, it got like 2 little ribbons, and like one says Kent and Maddie, and one says our date.
Oh, and you have to get a new one, don't
And
you?
I'm just gonna clip it off. I'm also gonna clip off Kent.
Maddie. 8/8/20. Yeah. That's funny.
Gang, gang.
What's the plan for the bachelorette party?
So we have an Airbnb in Nashville, like we talked about a couple episodes ago, that Shelly rented because she was not gonna stay somewhere that cost $200.
I didn't get the
night.
vibe she was going for an Airbnb. I got the vibe she was going for a nicer hotel.
Oh no, it's an Airbnb, but it's awesome. It's like this huge. I mean, it's got like a rooftop balcony. Like it's so cool. And so we're not going to go bar hopping or anything like that. And honestly, Nashville is kind of in the process of shutting back down too.
America is.
Yeah, they've kind of reeled it back in recently
that was the
as
thing.
well.
America, they wanted to give us an inch, and we took a mile.
Yeah.
Not we being me and you,
Right.
we being the boomers.
Yeah. So I'm just going there with all of my friends, all 4 of them. And my crowd keeps getting smaller. But part of that's because of me.
Do you want to open up about
I'm kind of hard to get along with lately.
Why do you think that's happening, Maddie?
I don't know.
Why does your wedding party keep getting smaller and smaller?
Because bitches be trying me.
Have you cut more people?
No. But my sisters are the next to go. They're driving me crazy. No, I love them, but seriously. So we're just going and we're just going to decorate the Airbnb all cute and, just party there. I mean, I think there might even be like a hot tub or something. So unfortunately for me.
Did I mention we have a hot tub?
Yeah. Oh, you want us to come over there with your new stained fence? You got the setup?
That would not be a good idea. Brittany's all about social distancing.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Hey, Brittany, guess what? When you get home,
We're going to have 7 drunk girls here.
in the hot tub.
In the hot tub.
She would love that.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'll have to.
Oh, don't worry. They're holding the baby right now.
So that's what we plan on doing is just going down there the last weekend of the month and just staying there. Like, I don't even think we plan on going out or doing anything.
Just going to have the B&B?
Yeah, just because it's just not even worth it anyway, but especially so close to the wedding. Like, if one of us were to get sick, or heaven forbid I get sick or can't get sick, or my mom or something like that, you know what I mean? It would just...
your mom would be a
right. It would ruin the whole wedding. You would literally have to reschedule it again. And I can't do that again. So we're really playing it safe.
What would happen if your venue says, hey, the mandate's changed, we have to cancel your wedding again?
I would say see you August 8th. Regardless.
You can't just go there. Would you reschedule again, or would you just say this wedding is not supposed to happen? We'll just get married in the courthouse.
I think we would just go get married somewhere. But I think we would still celebrate later.
Have a party.
Yeah,
at a safer time.
Still. And a lot of people are doing that.
Yeah.
I am just the traditional side of me just wants to do it like all at once because it doesn't feel like as genuine if you're doing it a year from now when you're already married.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It just doesn't seem like even when like we got pregnant, everybody's like, "Oh, are you going to get married?" I'm like, "No." Like, we shouldn't just get married because we're pregnant. That's like doesn't seem genuine.
Which
you know
I agree
what I mean?
with. Yeah.
And so to me, it was like separating them just didn't seem like it just seemed like weird if I had to turn around a year from now and celebrate my wedding and I'd already had it. So I think we probably would just go ahead and get married. It's a really bad time to not have health insurance. Like a really bad time.
That's true.
Everybody's like, Maddie, what are you going to do if you get COVID? I'm like, die, because I can't afford anything.
I saw on social media you got your marriage certificate, so you guys are ready to go.
Yeah, we went to the courthouse, or not to the courthouse, to the county clerk and got that the other day.
It's so hard to not post that selfie after you do it.
I know.
Brianna did it too, and I was like, it did feel really good.
I know, it's like, wow, this is it. Because once you sign that, that's the legal doc. You sign it and you turn it in and that's it, then you're married.
Well, you're not married yet, right?
No, not yet.
Yeah,
you have to sign it, and then you have to like have like your witness sign it. And
right.
then you have
okay.
to turn it back in.
Gotcha.
But that's it.
That is the document. Yeah.
That's all that's missing. Yeah, is our signatures.
Isn't that exciting?
Yeah, it's very exciting. No, it's terrifying.
Hey, listen,
no, I'm excited. And like I said a couple episodes ago, I got my wedding band finally.
That's right.
Did not come with Brown Recluse
or Black Widows.
Or Black Widows, unfortunately. I just got exactly.
It'd be such
what I
an
paid
awesome
for.
origin story for a superhero, though.
Yeah. Now I'm like the Black Widow lady, and every time I can like push a button on my wedding band and turn into something super cool.
Yeah, you'd be something along the lines of Spider-Man, but cooler.
Way cooler, and with fake boobs.
Yeah, you're not the traditional Peter Parker type. I also saw on social media. I wanted to ask you about this more.
Okay.
It looked like you had a weird day at the gym one time.
Oh God.
Tell me about this.
So I went to the gym. I work out very close to my house, like just like 2 blocks away, which is super convenient. I don't want to give the gym's name.
You don't have to.
Because I feel like it's not their fault. And I really love working out there. I love the people. But okay, so when you go to the gym as frequently as like I do, you see people
is the gym name on your shirt?
No, this is Cycle Bar.
Okay.
This is not the gym I was at, but this is like where I take my spin classes.
That'd be so funny if you're like, I didn't want to reveal where it was.
I didn't want to reveal where it was, but please spell it out on my shirt. No, I go to Cycle Bar too, which is like spin class basically. And I actually met a friend there a couple weeks ago, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, Maddie West, I love your podcast."
Like made a friend?
Yeah. And she said, "I love your podcast," and I was like, "You listen to my podcast?"
I love when that happens because like. I used to
never happened when I was on the radio.
I used to like it when it happened on the radio, but I noticed that when I got fired, it happened even more. Like everyone was like, "I miss you so much." Like this is like it didn't happen nearly as much when I was on the radio.
Right, same.
But when it's the podcast, it's like, oh my god, I want to hug you and take.
I
you
know
home.
that's what I'm saying.
Thank you for listening.
Literally, thank you so much for listening, all of you. But what were we even talking about? Oh, my gym with the creep at the gym. Yeah, so. When you go to the gym as frequently as I do, then you like always are like at the same time every day. You run into the same crowd every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I see people in there every single day, and we don't like speak ever. It's like a really
you're not
weird,
supposed to.
It's like a really weird thing. It's like you see each other every single day, but I've never talked to any of these people.
There's no reason to really initiate a conversation. I mean, sometimes there's a reason, but
so it's just like you kind of get comfortable. You're in there with the same people every day, and when there's someone new, you automatically recognize them as like, I've never seen this person before. They're new. You know what I mean? That's what happened that day. Didn't think anything of it.
I think that's the opposite of recognizing, by the way. You said you automatically recognize them?
Well, I automatically don't recognize them.
There you go.
They stand out to me.
I automatically recognize you as someone that I've never seen before. Hey, I've never seen you before.
You look so familiar, like someone I've never seen before.
You look so unfamiliar.
So I realized this guy was not like a regular, at least not at that time that I typically go. And so he stood out to me, but not like in a bad way. I went about my workout, and then I kind of like caught him looking at me, which, listen, I'm a female at a gym. It's not that uncommon to catch guys looking at you. You know what I mean? I'm looking at them just as much as they're looking at me. And I'm like, Kent's biceps are way bigger.
Hashtag that.
Hashtag you should stop skipping leg day. But so I kind of caught him looking at me a few times. It was making me a little bit uncomfortable because like whenever I'm at the gym, I'm in the zone. Like I'm working out. I'm looking disgusting. You know what I mean? Like I'm head to toe in sweat. I'm like lifting weights and doing really ugly faces. And you know what I mean? Like it's just nothing is cute about it. It's just like... And
do you make the sounds?
I mean, I have sometimes like in a last ditch effort of like, it's either that or this is going to fall on me or I'm going to fall to the ground and pass out. I definitely have, but I'm not one of those guys that like slams the weights down and pulls them. I'm not one of those, but I have been in dire situations which would have had bad consequences. Which, by the way, never do leg day after eating a burrito. That's just a side note.
That's just good advice for anybody, no matter
anyone, even including the
Try not to do anything after you eat a burrito.
Right, no. It's best just to chill for the rest of the day.
Take the day off. This is a valid reason as any to skip.
That's your rest day. Eat your burritos on your rest days. Thank me later. No, somebody's going to go out there and try to do it now, and then guess what? Wear dark colored
Rob
pants.
And Maddie told me.
Wear dark colored pants. That's my advice to you. So I noticed that he's looking at me, and then I kind of picked up, which is so stupid because as a girl, you're literally taught like your entire life to like always be aware of your surroundings, always keep an eye out for creepers, you know what I mean? But in a situation like that where I'm so comfortable and I'm there every day and I'm with the same crowd every day, I was so vulnerable. He could have snatched me right out of the parking lot because I was just so like unaware. You know what I mean? I did kind of notice that he was following me around space to space. Like if I'm on this machine, he's very close by on this machine.
Ah, okay.
If I'm on this treadmill, all of a sudden he's doing cardio now.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? And I was kind of like, but not to the point where I was concerned. Then I'm leaving the gym. Mind you, I was there like an hour and a half. I'm leaving the gym, and then he decides he's leaving the gym too. Okay.
But that's so much in common.
Right, I know. You guys
do cardio
I should have given him my number when he asked for it.
Did he ask you for it?
Yeah.
Okay, but there's a right and wrong way you can do this, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So go ahead with your story.
So I'm going out to my car, and I'm looking for my keys, and I have this backpack that has 700 zippers on it. And I thought I left my keys in there, but really I just put them in a different zipper than I normally do on my backpack. And so when he approaches me, because you have to scan your key card to get in. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want to talk to this guy. And I saw him walking over to me, but I was like, I might need him to let me back in. So I had to play it nice, you know what I mean? Because I couldn't find my keys. And I was sitting there by my car and I'm like flustered because I'm like, if I could just get my keys and get in my car, then I don't have to talk to him. You know what I mean? Because I could see him approaching me from across the parking lot, like some real like horror story shit. Like I'm like, oh God, here he comes.
Did he say anything to you in the gym?
No, never, not once. He waited until I left and then he left too, which is so creepy.
Okay.
So creepy. And so I get to my car and he's like, leaving so soon. He even had that accent.
Did he really?
Yeah, he had that accent. And almost like a Nigerian, kind of like African accent. I don't know how to explain it, but he didn't speak very good English. And I could tell whenever I was speaking to him that he was kind of trying to process it before he responded. You know what I mean? And I was just like...
Was he like your age?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was he handsome?
No.
Okay.
Not my type, at least. And so I was like, leaving so soon? I've been here for an hour and a half.
Did you say that?
Like precisely as long as you've been here, buddy. And I was just like, yeah, I just had to do a quick one today. Like, you know, just like making stupid small talk. Still looking for my keys. Never once. Like I'm like in a squatted position, fumbling through my backpack. And then he was like, I can't even remember what he asked. He said, he was just making small talk. Like, or no, he said, what time do you normally come here? And I was like,
that's creepy.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm usually just here in the evenings whenever I get a minute. You know what I mean? Dumbass. Here's a big sign on me that says, this is exactly when I'm here. Please abduct me.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. And so I was just like, yeah, I try to come in the mornings. I was like, but I also, you know, do other workouts too, like, you know, cycle bar and stuff like that. Although I didn't say that. I was like, so I just kind of come when I get a chance. And he was like, oh, well, can I have your number? And I was like, hello, I don't even know your name. Like he didn't even introduce himself. He didn't say, hey, I'm Joe. Oh, he didn't say like, hey, I'm Joe or whatever. Or like, how's the weather? He's just like, what time do you come here? May I have your number?
Wouldn't it be crazy if he was the Nigerian prince that everyone's been emailing about?
Maybe.
Damn it. He's worth like billions.
No, he got in like a really beat up Pontiac.
Yeah,
Is it all part of the front?
Billionaires can, yeah, exactly.
Billionaires can drive Pontiacs. So then I was like, well, now I got to play nice to him because I might need him to let me back in the gym. And so I was just like, do you have your key card on you? Because I think I need back in the gym. And he started walking to his car. And he was like, yeah, 1 second. He opens up his trunk and I'm like, oh my God, I could just see my dead body in there. I was like, oh my God.
Wasn't there like people in the parking lot?
No. So this was like a Sunday afternoon. And so the gym was pretty much dead. Like other than he and I, there was only like a few other people I recognized in there. You know what I mean? From going the same time typically every day, but not the usual crowd. So there was only a few cars in the parking lot. And it was like that time of day where it's not dark yet, but it's still light. Okay. Like a very spooky time of the day anyway. And so then the second he was like, yeah, I'll let you back in, I found my keys in the other pocket. And then he asked for my number and I was like, actually, I'm married. Then he looked at my hand and then shook his head. Like, no, you're not. You're not wearing a ring. Mind you, I don't wear my ring to the gym. Why would I do that? Okay. You're just asking for something bad to happen to it. You know what I mean? When you're handling weights and stuff like that. Maybe if I was just running or something, I would. But he like didn't believe me. And I was just like, oh yeah, I'm like all the way married with a baby and everything. And he was just like, well, I was just wondering when you came to the gym, because then I would start coming on at that same time and we could work out together.
Oh God. And
I was like, I'm married. And he was just like, you don't want to work out together? And I was like, no. And then he's like, okay. And then he just left me alone. I got my car and left.
It was Sunday, July 3rd, 2020, when Maddie went to the gym
at 5:34 p.m.
She mistakenly put her keys in the wrong pocket of her book bag. This
literally
is Unsolved Mysteries.
I could see it, and that's just like me just being such a psycho anyway, and like always just watching too much of that stuff and reading too much about that stuff. But now I hate when guys do that at the gym, because now that dude's ruined it, right? Now every time I go to the gym,
you're looking out for him.
I'm looking for him.
Yeah.
Which I haven't seen him since, by the way. When I pull in the parking lot, I'm looking for that beat up Pontiac. Like, you know what I mean? And that's such bullshit. You know? That
thing that he has, I'm not talking about the creepy thing, just like, because in my opinion, there's an appropriate way you could ask somebody for their number.
And it should definitely involve reading the room.
Read the room, but
I feel like you would be able to know if a girl is interested in it.
I never had that though. I could never have admired, okay, I could have admired someone at the gym and been like, she's very pretty.
Yeah.
I could have maybe taken a machine near her. I could never have initiated a conversation, and absolutely never in my life have I ever been able to ask someone for the number cold like that.
I mean, I've had people do it a few times, but it's definitely rare. Now, there are guys that have hit on me at the gym in different ways, and I can tell just as a girl when I'm being hit on, you know what I mean? Or when, not even necessarily that they're hitting on me, but when they're trying to initiate conversation with me,
100%.
That's the right way to do it. Now, I think that most girls that go to the gym just want to be left alone.
Oh, yeah.
But I think there's some girls that go there for the male attention.
Again, there's a right and wrong way to do it, I feel like.
And there's definitely guys that have come up to me, and I mean, I always have my headphones in. I've always got to take my headphones out and say, what did you say? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I can always tell they're just trying to start conversation because they're just like, are you using this? Or can I borrow this? Or are you done with that? You know what I mean? And I'm just like, oh, yeah, go ahead. And they're like, oh, thanks. You know, and then they'll comment on some, you know, or what are you listening to? That's the right way to do it. To kind of like, you know, just try to have like a cute little conversation first.
Sure, 100%.
If anyone is looking for advice on how to pick up women at the gym.
But then so I was also the kind of guy, let's just say I was talking to a woman and I got any kind of what I would just say coldness. I can't go on with this.
He went on. That's what I'm saying. I literally said I'm married, and he's like, so you don't want to work out? I'm like, no.
Like, as soon as you said you're married, there's no, I'm not looking at your hand for validation.
Literally looked at my hand and was just like, and then shook his head. I mean, for those of you that are watching, he's just like,
I'm the kind of guy that would be like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I spoke to you and wasted your time.
And I'm still like, wait, what is even your name?
Yeah.
Like, hello? We don't even know each other.
I'm glad I asked about
here
this.
Before.
That was a good thing I'm proud about. One thing you told me to ask you about, you said, ask me about Kent's zeros and O's.
Oh, yes. We kind of discovered this. I can't remember where we were. We were at date night or something like that, and he was filling out the tip on the check. Not that he was leaving $0, but he was leaving a whole amount of dollars. And
I didn't assume he was leaving a $0 tip. That thought never came into my head.
Well, and then I noticed he has horrible handwriting anyways because he's a guy, but it started. He starts his you show me when you write a 0. How do you do it?
All right, well, here.
Or even do it in the air if you want.
All right, well, then. It's
You start at the top, like a normal person. We start at the top and we circle around.
Is that what this is?
No, he starts at the bottom and circles this way. When he does his zeros, he starts his pin on the line and comes back to it.
He starts at. Oh. No, you don't do it that.
I can't go through with this wedding. He starts on the line and circles around the top and comes back down.
Stop.
I swear to God.
I'm trying. Hold on, let me.
Yeah, do it.
No, you can't.
No, you can't.
I thought for sure when you wrote this, or when you sent me that text, I thought it was going to be he put a slash in his zeros, like some people do.
Right, yeah.
Which I don't do, but I don't think it's that weird if you do.
Yeah.
I thought that's for sure this is going.
No, he starts his zero. So then I had him write mom. I'm like, write mom, because mom has an O in it. I mean, no, it's not a 0. So when he writes mom, he starts his circles at the top.
Oh, so the zeros.
It's only zeros that start at the bottom. And his O's are normal.
Wow.
Right? What have I gotten myself into?
This isn't a
To me, my O's and my zeros are the exact same, only my O's or my zeros are like a little bit more narrow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
A little bit.
Yeah.
And it's only because the computer does it that way.
Right.
Like I kind of make them all just straight up circles.
Right.
Wow.
I know.
If anyone's wondering why this is weird, try drawing a circle from the bottom.
It's not.
You don't do it that way.
And maybe unless you're like a lefty. That's the only way I
was going to ask if he's left-handed.
No, he's right-handed. I think.
You know, Jerry's left-handed.
Ooh.
But I guarantee you he draws his zeros from the top.
Jerry, do you draw your zeros from the top? Or do we have to get divorced?
Kent's the only person.
How many people do I have to divorce in one day? This is getting to be too much.
You want to do a spot for us?
Yeah. So this episode of the Rob's Podcast with Maddie West is brought to you by Emporium Hair Salon, now under new ownership. Emporium is a full-service hair salon offering cuts, colors, extensions, barbering, facial wax, as well as bridal and special occasion hair. They are also a Redken and Moroccan oil retailer, and of course, you should always shop local. Emporium offers Keratherapy soothing treatments, units and with almost 4,000 square feet. Plenty of room for social distancing with at least 6 feet between all stations, which is super important right now. They also have 18 stylists and have booth rental space available. So if you're ready to look and feel your best, you should check out Emporium Hair Salon on Evansville's East Side, 4913 Theater Drive, or you can call them at 812-401-1941. And as a special offer for listeners of the Rob's Podcast with Maddie West, if you mention that you heard it here, they're going to give you 10% off your first service. So that's Emporium Hair Salon. Schedule your first appointment at 812-401-1941 and get 10% off when you mention the best podcast in town.
That's right. The Rob's Podcast, Maddie West. Also brought to you by Gold Tree Realty. If you're looking to buy or sell your home, you definitely want to talk to our friends at Gold Tree Realty. With Gold Tree Realty, you'll be dealing with experienced real estate agents and investors. They can handle sellers in any conditions. So if your property is ready to go with no repairs needed, or if it needs a little TLC, Gold Tree Realty can get you that sold sign on your lawn, sometimes even with a cash offer in as fast as 72 hours. And if you're looking to buy a house, Gold Tree Realty specializes in helping buyers find their dream home. Give Andrew, Jason, or any of the experienced and knowledgeable members of the Gold Tree Realty team a chance to help you buy or sell your next home in the Evansville area. Call 812-432-2556 or like them on Facebook, facebook.com/GoldTreeRealty. Once again, that's Gold Tree Realty, 812-432-2556. And if you would like to advertise on the Rob's Podcast with Maddie West, please email the Rob's Podcast at gmail.com. Oh, and I had one more thing before I get to like the news stuff. I've been enjoying ending the show with just like newsy stuff. 7% of recently married couples say they're planning to take their original honeymoon as planned. Only 7%.
Oh, wow.
That means 93% of them are changing their plans.
Wow.
Do you fall into the 7 or 93%? Wait, are you not honeymooning?
I literally, it's so funny that you said that, literally just booked my honeymoon today. Just booked it.
What are you doing?
We're going to go to Hilton Head.
So was that the original plan?
No, the original plan was no honeymoon. At least we were going to see as far as like cash went, how much we got at the wedding, and then kind of see what we could do with that. Kent really wanted to do like the real honeymoon thing. We leave right after the wedding, you know, or the day after the wedding, and we go. And I was just like, I don't know financially how we're going to make that work right now.
Yeah.
And then things ended up working out in our favor that we were able to book it today.
So you're going to, is it Florida?
No, it's South Carolina.
Okay, right.
So, but we're kind of going to make a road trip out of it, which is cool. So we're actually only staying in Hilton Head for like a few days. And then like on the way down there, we're going to maybe go through Atlanta and, you know, maybe see what Atlanta, I don't know. And then stop like in Gatlinburg on the way home and do something fun. Granted that everything is opening or everything's open and able. So we'll just have to play it by ear. But
are you doing like the week of your, like the day after your wedding?
We leave, we get married on Saturday. We leave that Monday.
That's what we did. We left Monday morning.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do. And we're driving, like I said, making like a little bit of a cute little couples road trip.
I love doing road trips to wedding. It's a fun time.
Yeah, and we won't have the baby, which is ideal for a road trip, is to, you know, not have to take your toddler.
Sure.
So he'll be staying with my in-laws, and we're just going to kind of just take our time and cruise and get there and then stay there. Oh,
you have in-laws?
I don't. So then we're going to be taking our time on the way back too. So we leave Friday, and then we're taking like the scenic route home Friday, stopping in Gatlinburg maybe Friday night and spending Saturday there, and maybe doing some rafting or skydiving or something cool. So.
Gotcha. All right. So then here's some things that I saved for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Some things that COVID might be killing off. I'm going to get your feedback on some of these.
Is that really how we should say it?
Well, it's not people that are being killed off, but there's things like, for example,
there's definitely people being killed off, though.
some people are speculating that quarantine may lead to the death of the bra.
The bra.
Women are wearing them less and less as they're staying home.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are saying they never want to put one on again.
Yeah. Well, we're definitely in that vibe right now, just as a culture in general, where it's like, you know, free the nipple.
Yeah,
and so this might just be that final push.
Which I'm not sure guys would really care if you guys did or didn't wear one.
I think it's up to you, man. Do what's best for you.
Salad bars.
Oh.
Might be getting killed off. Do you ever thought about that?
I mean, I like me a good salad, but I feel like
I like a salad bar too. But now that I think
feel
about
like I'd order one just the same. You know?
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not upset about it.
Experts are also predicting there might be some sort of salad making vending machine kind
Ooh.
of solution.
That would be
where like
fun.
a machine will kind of do the salad for
Like it's
you.
like a
I
big
think.
bane, but it's like enclosed, and they just kind of have these little robotic arms. It's
Maybe.
just like,
I don't
and
know.
You're like, not that many black olives.
I
Take
said
it
I
out.
wanted black olives, not all the black olives.
I didn't want you to dump the bucket
Robo
on
salad.
Yeah.
This one, I don't know if you've heard me complain about this before. It may have been on the show I was on before you.
Mm-hmm.
I hate the penny. Mm-hmm. And they're saying that the coronavirus could kill the penny finally.
Oh, good.
There's a coin shortage in the U.S. and production needs to focus on the coins that people actually use.
Right.
Like quarters, dimes, and even nickels.
Yeah.
But pennies...
Even those really, I mean, quarter is superior. All the other ones I don't really even care about.
I don't even know if... Well, I'm focusing on one at a time.
Yeah.
The nickel we can maybe do away with too, but
Yeah.
the penny is far gone.
It's like, yeah, it's so...
It's just gross. Like if I find a nickel, it's like, oh, there's a nickel.
Yeah.
If I find a penny, it's like, oh, it's like brown, which is the color of poop.
I'm not picking it up unless it's a quarter.
No, yeah,
I'm literally not picking it up unless it's a quarter.
I'm with you.
If I see it on the ground, I could see literally 5 nickels on the ground, equivalent, and I'm still not picking them up over a quarter. You know what I mean?
Experts are saying that the traditional way of grocery shopping might be killed off
How so? Like everyone just does pick up now?
in favor of delivery and
Right.
curbside service.
Okay, I could see that.
We
We could really start scaling back on the indoor shopping for sure.
We ditched grocery shopping a while ago. We do the
Yeah.
curbside stuff, and I'll be honest with you. During the pandemic, this experience has gotten much worse.
Right.
I had to wait over an hour at a Walmart grocery pickup on Monday.
Yeah.
Which was
even this most recent?
yeah.
Okay. Well, it's getting bad again too. Yeah.
But I'd still rather wait in the car for an hour playing with my video games.
Then get COVID.
Well, then walk into a Walmart.
Yeah.
Even forget the COVID.
Yeah.
Even if I had like a superpower that's like, Rob, you will not get COVID in the store. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
I don't want to go in there. I don't like being in a grocery
It
store.
is annoying to have to go in there sometimes, especially when you got to take the kid.
They're saying that things around the offices might change too.
Okay. It's a good thing I'm unemployed.
I'm happy you're unemployed too. It makes my life much
I
easier.
am also happy to be unemployed.
But these are kind of stupid. They're saying handshaking might go away, which it should have gone away a while ago.
I don't know what to do now when I meet people.
Same.
It's very awkward for me. I went up to my photographer because she's having someone else join her on my wedding day as kind of like a second shooter. You know what I mean? And I walked up to him and was like, hi. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I remember when we met with the lady from Emporium.
Yeah.
They were so nice, but I realized I offered a handshake.
Yeah.
I'm like, I shouldn't have done that.
I know.
I was kicking myself the whole time.
I know.
Like I'm
We just
so-
have to wave from a distance.
I try to do
Yeah.
a motion that shows that I would like to shake your hand, but I don't want to be rude.
Right.
So I kind of just feel like
Well, I usually just especially if it's people I know, I would go in for a hug. When I saw my photographers, I was like, oh my gosh, it's been forever. How are you? And
Yeah.
I go in for a hug, and then I'm like, I could have just made them so uncomfortable, and they would have never even said anything because some people just don't have the balls to be like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I do know. Yeah. Let's see. Bringing your own plates and mugs to the office. Getting more flex work hours, meaning working from home a little bit more.
Ooh.
A lot more video conferences instead of face-to-face meetings, experts are predicting.
Yeah. My pastor said that he'll be doing the run through with me for the wedding via Zoom.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
No more eating random food people bring in, or eating random people. They're not going to be eating random people anymore.
I still plan on indulging in all of the random people.
Experts are predicting less birthday parties in the office and no more signing birthday cards to get passed around the office.
Oh. I think I'm all right with that. I hated doing it.
Remember when our last job would send out that mass email?
Sign it now.
No. I'm talking about the one where
It
it's
would be
it's the reply alls to the birthdays.
Oh my God, I'm so
And you
glad
could
we
tell-
can finally talk about that.
You could tell how high up on the hierarchy they are by how many reply alls
Yeah,
they get.
how many reply alls they get. This
when-
is just a PSA. Stop replying all to work emails.
Oh yeah.
Stop. Right now. Here's reply all. Reply.
If it's somebody's birthday, hit reply. Not
And
reply
tell
all.
just that person happy birthday. Or literally, odds are you're in the exact same building as them. Go tell them happy birthday.
The whole office was set up as just a big butt kissing hierarchy.
Yeah. And I literally every year there was always one person that wished me happy birthday, and it was Rob. And I was like, well, here I am at the bottom.
And I meant it.
Yeah. Oh, I know you did.
So I remember one year I even had to send the email.
Yeah, because people forgot my birthday.
Yeah, well, the one person who always sent it out, the GM.
Yeah, was like on vacation.
She had a thing with you though, especially at you said when you deleted her from Facebook, she like ignored
it was over.
You said there was one time you were in a room with two other people.
And she said hi to good morning to both of them and not me.
Yeah. That was just because you unfriended her the day before from Facebook. That was that building in a nutshell. I'm so happy to not be there anymore.
Same.
All right, here is a list of all the craziness we've endured in the first half of 2020.
Oh my God, I need a Xanax.
I'm going to try to go through these quickly. It's only been the first half.
I was going to say, it's going to show you how long ago some of this stuff happened, because I feel like we've been in quarantine forever.
January 2nd, U.S. military strike in Iraq kills an Iranian general. That feels like 2 years. I remember when this happened.
I don't even remember that.
Because my parents were here and we were talking about it. They were here because it was their Christmas visit.
Okay.
And I remember talking about that.
I don't even remember that.
People were talking about it was going to start a war, and it didn't wind up doing that.
Okay. I do remember that part of it. I wasn't sure why we were going to war, but I remember people saying it.
January 16th, the Senate impeachment trial begins. It lasted about 3 weeks. President Trump was acquitted on February 5th.
That seems like so long ago.
January 26th. You know why that day was important?
No.
Kobe Bryant dies in a helicopter crash near LA.
You know what? That really messed me up. And I'm not even like a huge basketball fan or a huge Kobe fan.
I mean, it was sad.
It messed me up for like weeks, just thinking, I mean, just as a parent now, just his wife, oh my God, it's tragic. But I still can't even believe that still happened this year. It seems like eternity ago.
I can't believe this was March 3rd, considering it's July. So this was
just a few months ago. Yeah.
Not, 3-4 months ago. The Democratic primaries, they went on and on until Joe Biden had a big Super Tuesday win on March 3rd. Bernie Sanders didn't drop out for another month. Okay, so Bernie Sanders dropped out, I guess, in April.
It still seems like it was a long time ago.
March 11th, here's where the fun starts. The NBA suspends its season. Tom Hanks gets coronavirus.
Okay.
That's the day most people realized that this was a big deal.
Yeah.
March 13th, Breonna Taylor is shot and killed by police in Louisville.
We still need to arrest the killers.
March 26th, the number of COVID deaths in the U.S. hits 1,000. Wow. March 27th, Trump signs the massive $2.2 trillion stimulus deal.
You forgot, right between these two is when my wedding got canceled.
Oh, no, your wedding would have been next. Oh, wait, no, there's still one more thing before it.
Okay.
Because you were April 18th, right?
Yeah. They canceled it like a month before, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
April 14th, U.S. COVID deaths hit 25,000.
Isn't it like over 500,000 in the U.S. now?
I don't even know.
It's a bunch. Yeah.
May 2nd, the New York Times says murder hornets are here.
Send in the murder
Guys, this has all been one half of 1 year.
Literally, the longest 6 months of my life.
May 5th, video of Ahmaud Arbery being shot and killed while jogging in Georgia started going viral.
Oh, I'm so glad they arrested those guys.
May 8th, unemployment hits 14.7% with record 20.5 million jobs lost in April.
And there I am in all my glory.
Did you even make it to April?
No, I was.
They were looking for any excuse.
Yeah,
and they
literally they were like COVID. They were like COVID. Maddie's fired.
Before you could even get to the vid, they were like, well, let's fire half of our DJs.
Maddie's fired.
But it wasn't just you. They fired them. They could not wait.
It was literally like the second week of March.
That company.
They were on it.
They could not wait.
Quick draw McGraw.
They had to cut their bleeding, I feel like. But let's see. May 25th, George Floyd killed in Minneapolis. Protests started a day later and didn't slow down for weeks.
The protests still haven't slowed down.
May 20
just stopped covering it.
May 27th, 100,000 COVID deaths. This is all one half of 1 year.
Yeah, we're still in May.
June 26th, a huge dust cloud from the Sahara hits the United States. I remember that one too.
I forgot about that.
Brittany wanted to make sure we didn't take Will outside on that day on June. So that's been the first. And here's another one. The Washington Redskins are changing their name.
I saw that. Kent and I were talking about that last night.
I told you this had to happen.
It had to. I know Kent was asking me about it, literally laying in bed last night. He was like, did you know that the Redskins are changing their name? And I was like, oh. He's like, what do you think about that? And I was like, I think it's about time.
I saw The Onion made a great joke. They're changing their name to the DC Redskins. I thought that was funny.
That is funny.
There are a few rumored names.
Okay.
At the time that we record this, there has not been an announced name.
Okay.
The front runners are the Warriors,
Okay.
the Red Tails.
Would it still be the Washington whatever?
I believe so.
Okay.
So the Washington Warriors.
Okay.
The Washington Red Tails.
Okay.
The Washington Presidents. The Washington Generals. The Washington Lincolns. The Washington Red Hawks.
I don't like any of these.
And the Washington Red Wolves.
No. I like Warriors the best. The first one the best out of all of them.
Washington Warriors?
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to, because we brought that up earlier on an earlier episode.
Yeah,
I just want to
definitely.
say
It's happening.
I cannot believe it took this long.
I know.
Their name was literally a slur.
It's literally a racial slur.
For
Literally. And like every time we say it, we're saying a racial slur. You know what I mean?
I'm saying a football team's name, but yeah.
Yeah.
But can you just
It's
imagine?
just it's not right.
All right, I want to throw a few more things at you.
Okay.
Woodson's what, 2?
Yeah, just turned
turned 2.
Yeah.
So I know there's going to be like an age where he starts asking you all these weird questions. I want to throw some of the most common tough to answer questions kids ask at you.
Okay.
And you need to have like a knee-jerk response.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah. So you're like preparing me for when Woodson asks me these crazy questions. What am I going to say? Like, where do babies come from?
That's the first one.
Okay.
Where do babies come from? Mom, where do babies come from?
My belly.
All of them come from your belly?
Every single one of them. I would just say that they come from a belly. Unless it depends on the age that he's asking to when I would feel comfortable really going into detail. But for right now, I would just say they come from mommy's bellies.
Okay.
For
there
right
you
now.
go. Mom, what's the deal with Santa Claus?
What do you mean, what's the deal with him?
That's what the question is. Is he real?
Yeah.
That's the right answer.
Yeah. Santa
feel
Claus
like.
is real.
Do ghosts exist?
Yes.
Do you believe that?
No, but I need to get him to listen to me.
Do mermaids exist?
Yeah. Why not?
Do unicorns exist?
Yeah.
Okay.
All of them. Depends how much LSD you're on.
I know this is just for you. Remember our last job in the unicorns?
Oh, God. Unicorns do exist.
That was another
We're
great.
all unicorns.
So the general manager had this thing about unicorns and that she wanted everyone to be one,
I still don't understand what that was, but clearly I was not.
but would never demonstrate what it actually was. So to kiss her butt, whenever someone would see like unicorn stuff, they would buy it and bring it in, or like they'd post about it in the little town square Facebook group.
Yeah.
Just to be like, hey, we know you like unicorns. Here's a
got
unicorn.
you a unicorn
Guess
cup.
what, LaDon? Lucky Charms is adding a unicorn marshmallow for limited time. Here's my brownie points.
I was never a unicorn, never. Wonder why.
Is the tooth fairy real?
Yes.
What does she do with all those teeth?
She builds castles in the sky.
Does she live in it?
Yeah.
Why?
So
did-
you need to brush your teeth, or Tooth Fairy's castle is going to smell bad because they're going to have rotten
You're
teeth
doing
up
good,
in
I
there.
feel like.
Yeah. It's just a whole scare tactic
Why do adults have to work?
to pay for all your shit.
Where do people go when they die?
Oh, it depends, in the ground. Or sometimes you cremate them. I guess it just depends how old he's asking.
What does cremation mean?
It means they burn you into dust.
See, this is a good example of like
Yeah.
when you might want to reconsider.
I think most people probably would have just said heaven.
yeah, that's
And I'm
what
like, no, they put you in an incinerator and they burn you to death.
sometimes you go to hell. See, I like doing these.
By the way, please do that to me. Don't put me in the ground.
You
Just
don't-
on record, cremate me.
Really?
I don't want to go in the ground.
Oh, I want to go on the ground.
Oh, there's bugs down there.
And I hate saying this. I want to keep my organs.
Okay.
And I
That's so selfish.
I know, and everyone's told me that before, but
I tell you what, you can take my organs if you want, but I'm saying they are not up to par.
yeah, first of all, you don't want my.
Especially my liver.
I'm diabetic, like you know.
I guess that's true. Maybe they can't take your stuff anyway.
So just leave it with me.
I'm telling you, my lungs, my liver, no. Try somebody else first.
Look.
Let me be your last resort.
The way technology evolves,
Yeah.
who's to say 150 years from now we won't be able to reanimate people?
Yeah, that's true.
And
What if you can't come back if you're an organ donor when you get
I want to have my
reincarnated?
eyes.
Oh, I didn't
Right?
think about your eyes. Okay, y'all can take everything but the eyes.
I heard a show talking about this. I heard a podcast talking about this.
Yeah. They take your eyeballs?
Would you want to live forever?
No.
I would.
Yeah?
And a lot of people are like you.
Well, it depends. Do I have to be old
No,
forever?
no, no.
Or can I
It
be
comes
like
with the
me
cost.
forever?
No. You don't get to stay. You age.
I would need to know I would need to know. So then, like, do my kids also live forever?
God, no. No, you have to see them die.
Oh, no, I'm out. Nope. Not living forever if I got to watch my kids die. Nope. That's an automatic no for me.
Well, I mean, they got to see you die.
Yeah, but that's part of it.
I know.
I was real rad while I was here. Now
a lot of people see their kids die.
I know, it's tragic.
Yeah.
I could never, this total side note, could never live through something like that. I don't understand how people do it.
But I don't want to die. Like, ever.
I don't want to die either, but I think that hopefully when I'm old and gray and I get to that time, I feel like your mindset changes and you're like, all right, I'm done. I'm ready.
I kind of hope you're right.
I hope I don't die tragically. Definitely.
But I would tell you this, if there was like an eternity potion right here,
You would drink it?
I would drink it, I think.
Even if you had to watch Will die when he gets older?
Yeah.
It's just so sad.
No, I know it's sad.
I don't want to ever see that. I don't
Well, I mean, I
want
don't
to see
want
my
it.
child in a casket ever.
I don't want to see it, but like I would still like, and I would hate to like see my wife die. And
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? I have to do that anyway. But
It's too much heartbreak.
I
Telling you if there's a tequila shot right here. I'm taking that.
let's keep going.
Yeah.
If you bought an iPhone in the past few years, Apple may owe you $25.
Well, it's about time.
There's a class action lawsuit. Let's see, it works out to about $25 for every iPhone. So here's what happened.
Yeah.
You know how people accused Apple of slowing down their old phones?
For sure they do.
They admitted to it.
No.
Okay.
How did I miss that?
They got sued and they wound up settling the class action lawsuit for $500 million. Works out to roughly $25 for every iPhone they throttled.
I bought a bunch of iPhones in the last few years.
Back in 2017, Apple admitted that they did that on purpose, but they swore it was to improve the battery life, not to push you to upgrade. I know. And that's when everyone's like, you have an iPhone, don't you?
Yeah. I've got the newest one.
I am so...
For now.
Again, I do not like Apple product. Apple wants
That's
you to...
literally all I have.
I know, and I can't stand that. That's
My
the way...
computer, headphone. I mean, it's all.
I consciously uncoupled from Apple.
Yeah.
I used to have an iPhone. No more.
Okay.
I don't like them.
That's fine. I've had an Android too. I went through an Android phase. Excuse me.
And admit that they're better.
I don't know. I like the simplicity of Apple. Android's a little too complex for me.
Stop it. It is not.
I swear.
What's too complex?
There was just too much going on. Like, I feel like there was like too many places you had to go to get other places. This was a few years ago. So, I mean, the software and stuff could have definitely improved since then.
I love having an Android. That's just me personally. This is...
So I get $25.
Let's see. You
Or
have
if
to go
Shelly's
through...
listening to this, she thinks she's getting $25.
Well, I was going to say, if she was how many phones Shelly's probably had, she might be due for a couple $100.
Yeah, I was
dollars.
Well, just on me alone, she's due for a couple $100.
You had to own the phone before December of 2017.
Okay.
iPhone 6, 6 Plus, 6S Plus, or SE,
I've literally had all of these phones.
or iPhone 7 or 7 Plus. You can go to smartphoneperformancesettlement.com.
I think I still have my 7 Plus sitting in my basement right now.
It's worth $25.
Nice.
And I don't even think you have to give it to them.
I just maybe have to like prove that I got it right, like a serial number or something.
$25.
Cool.
Smartphoneperformancesettlement.com. And this serves as a public service announcement. Apple admitted they slow down the older versions of their phone,
all knew
you lemmings are still buying them.
We all knew it.
They got rid of their headphone jack for music because they thought they told you wanted it gone.
I know.
Nope.
I know. I still hate that.
They
If
don't.
there's one thing I could change about my phone, that would be it.
No, Maddie, you want
where's
the
the
head. You want no headphone jack. That's what they said.
I understand it.
And my number one thing, the expandable memory.
Yeah.
If you run out of space on your iPhone, you're
That's
effed.
it. Yeah.
You're
Unless
effed.
You like sync it to the iCloud.
I can just put in a new memory card.
I pay $1 every month
Oh, I don't.
to sync my stuff to the.
No, I have an
cloud.
Android.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about it.
It like gives me more space, but not on my phone. It gives me more space in the cloud. But yeah, that's what I have to do.
I had one more story for you.
Cool.
You know how? I had two more stories. Did you remember the St. Louis gun couple?
Yes.
Did you see that they got their guns taken away?
Yes.
This has been the feel good story of the year.
Listen, and I am a gun owner. I have a gun. I have a lifetime carrying permit. Never would I be out in my front yard, like I mean, Don't get me. I would be out in my front yard with my gun if I ever had to be, but not in that situation. I would never be out there like pew pew, like I'm gonna get you.
Well, then the guy's in like his dad shorts, and he's just like with this machine gun.
That you can tell by the way he's handling it, is no idea what he's doing.
Nope.
And his wife's the same way with her little handgun. It's like, oh my gosh, that's what's wrong with a lot of gun owners, is that they just get them for the intimidation. And I'm like, you got to know how to use them.
So this is another story, and this, I guess we can wrap up on this unless you have anything else.
No, I think I'm good.
You know how Amber Heard and Johnny Depp are going through a rough divorce?
And she pooped in his bed?
This is what I want to talk. Okay, so you do know this.
Yes. She thought it was a joke.
Okay,
She's like, hardy har har.
No, this is not, well, that's not the whole story.
Okay.
He says she pooped in the bed.
I can't even believe this is like getting brought up in divorce court.
She says he pooped the bed.
Oh.
So apparently,
Who pooped the bed?
the maid one day found a big human turd on the bed.
Oh my God.
And they're
Is
both.
it like in the bed, or is like the bed made and like someone has squatted on the bed?
Hold on.
I don't know why it matters, but it does. Like, did it happen in someone's sleep while they're under the covers, or is someone intentionally pulling their pants down and hovering and pooping on the
maid
bed?
testified about a poop that was left on the bed. Johnny claims Amber or one of her friends defecated on the bed at Amber's 30th birthday party in April of 2016.
Listen, I've been to some wild parties.
Johnny
I don't
wasn't-
think anybody's ever pooped on the bed.
Johnny wasn't there because they had a massive fight. Supposedly it was left there for him to find. The maid found it while it was still fresh. Basically, the point is they're all just saying the other person did it. And I can't get enough of this.
I have been reading up on this too because I find it fascinating, like how public this is. I know it's like, it's a sad situation when people have to get a divorce, but they are just really
This is not
publicizing the shit out of it. They're just
Yeah.
like, this is what's going, and she pooped on my bed. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope when me and Kent get divorced that he doesn't talk about all the embarrassing stuff I do.
That's what I was thinking too. Like how many, while we've never pooped on the bed, I could think of some embarrassing fights that we've had.
Right, yeah.
One over pepperoni is my favorite, but we'll sit that for another day.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh my gosh, like if nothing is off limits in divorce court, I'm scared. I'm scared of it.
I mean, yeah, like who doesn't have embarrassing fights with their
Right,
you know,
yeah, and
person
you don't
they're
think it's
married
ever
to?
going to be used against you, and then the media catches wind of it, and it's like everyone knows that you pooped on the bed.
But who-
Like out of spite?
Who did it?
Listen, Kent, no, she did it. She 110% did it. Like, he's gone, right? They had a fight. He wasn't even there.
According to him, he wasn't there.
Well, I guess, yeah, you have to take, it's whose word you're taking. I can just, listen, I think Amber Heard is smoking hot. I would
don't-
for sure let her be my ex-wife.
I don't even remember what she looks like.
She's pretty smoking hot.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
I don't think I'd let her poop on my bed, but she's pretty smoking hot. I can also look at her and say, she's probably a psycho. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's been kind of becoming clear.
Yeah.
And
'Cause
even
remember originally it was like Johnny, Johnny, Johnny.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's just Johnny.
I think she's a psycho.
I think you're probably right.
I'm into it.
And on that
I've
note,
got a nice big bed for you to just
for me to poop on.
squat on whenever you'd like.
This episode of the Ross Podcast with Maddie West is brought to you by Spuds and Stuff.
Yum.
I still get asked, and the answer is yes. I would not lie to you about Philly cheesesteaks.
I know you want it.
I am the self-proclaimed king of the Phillies here in Evansville because I am from Philly.
Yep.
And I can tell you that Jason at Spuds and Stuff makes the best Philly in town. My parents, so my family, my sister actually had a Philly when she came in too.
Love her.
Jess,
Yeah,
she's the best.
I love her.
Spuds and Stuff makes the best Philly cheesesteaks in town.
They
if you
do.
don't believe me, just try them for yourself. Jason used to bring me in, and I'd help him kind of fine tune like the
I remember
herbs and
that.
stuff. And
Yeah.
you came in once too.
Yeah, I did.
They were awesome.
And I'd never had another Philly from Evansville because you told me that's the best. And I'm like, well, nothing else is even gonna, like, I could go anywhere else. I'm not gonna order a Philly there because I'm like, it's not gonna be as good because you
Correct.
told me it's the best.
Anywhere else you're eating an Evansville cheesesteak.
Right.
The recipe he wound up with was sheer perfection. Try it for yourself if you don't believe me.
Oh, yeah.
Also, don't forget those delicious Spuds, 2403 Washington Avenue on Evansville's east side, and the location at 41 in Boonville, New Harmony has now reopened. In fact, we were there last week.
Yum.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
They're now hiring for drivers at both locations. That's Spuds and Stuff. Today's show also brought to you by Gooden Consulting. If you're a tri-state business owner, especially lately, I'm sure you know how difficult it can be to keep everything going when your computers, networks, servers, and IT aren't working properly. Gooden Consulting wants to take those stresses off of your plate and be your friend in the IT world. Gooden Consulting oversees the IT for many businesses here in Evansville so that those companies don't have to worry about their networks failing, data breaches, computer viruses, secure backup, and much more. Gooden Consulting offers 24/7 system monitoring, providing you with true peace of mind. They offer less downtime for you as they identify and solve problems even before they happen. They offer fewer disruptions as they can provide most services remotely and overnight, and predictable budgeting as they will work with you to create a monthly flat rate for an all-inclusive IT service that monitors all of your company's hardware and software. Even if you're working from home, Gooden Consulting can help keep your machines and information safe by establishing and maintaining reliable VPNs. Join the growing number of tri-state doctors' offices, dentist offices, law firms, realty groups, and other local businesses that have let Gooden Consulting be their friend in the IT world. Call Cody at 812-402-0611 or visit goodenconsulting.com. Also tell them you heard it here on the Rob's Podcast and Maddie West. They're going to give you a free $50 gift card for services. And if you would like to advertise on the Rob's Podcast with Maddie West, please email the Rob's Podcast at gmail.com.
And you know you do. That's how we keep this ball rolling.
You have a last word, Maddie? Anything else you wanted to throw?
Yeah, just thanks everybody for the continued support, for listening, subscribing on all the places you can subscribe, which is literally anywhere nowadays.
Yeah. Don't forget to support our sponsors. If you
Absolutely.
If you need a place to get your hair cut, go to Emporium. If you need insurance, talk to Mary Rokiki. If you need a spud, go to Spuds and stuff, please.
Because the more we do that, the more we get to do this cool stuff.
Absolutely. So thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll be back next week with the Rob's Podcast with Maddie West.